All right, so in this video, I'm basically going to talk about how to nurture your real estate leads in 2022. Now, have you been wondering on how to basically nurture your leads better, crank up your conversion rate so you could basically generate more sales? And this video will exactly show you how to do that, especially. So my name is Sam, I'm the founder and CEO of Samwhere Online, and we've basically helped hundreds of real estate agents do the same exact thing to basically help them scale their real estate business to 6 and 7 figures GCI. If you would like to learn how we could do the same for you as a real estate agent, check the link down below and you can basically book a call with me or one of my team members. Now, there's a few different ways on how to basically nurture your real estate leads, and there's a few channels that really stand out. The first one is text, the second one is email, basically the third ones are voicemail, or otherwise voicemail drops, and basically the fourth one is calling. Now, basically we're gonna start off with texting, right? Because it's actually one of my favorite ones that it's actually been getting the best results for our clients as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for texting, basically what we've seen is that text blasts work very well to nurture your leads, because drip campaigns is something that a lot of agents are using. So for example, a lead comes in, they automatically get a set amount of text, especially in the beginning. You want to have that frequency a little bit higher so that people will actually, they're still fresh in the system, right? And they actually still remember you. So you want to make sure that we're basically following up with them a little bit heavier in the beginning. Now, next to that, what we see is that a lot of clients already have leads, right? And they basically want to get a higher conversion rate out of them and they want to get more sales. Now, how do we basically nurture those leads? That's basically done with text blasts. Now, there's a bunch of different softwares that you can use for text blasts. I'll basically use the one that we use here in the comments down below. And it's probably one of the most effective ways to basically generate more sales and to basically keep up with your entire database. Now, what could you basically use in the text blasts? First of all, you could have basically a compelling offer that would basically have the lead respond again. Second could basically be a simple check-in, just to say like, hey, how are you doing? We haven't spoken in a while, for example, if it's a database of yours. And basically third could be like one of your new listings, right? Or one of your open houses that you basically blasted to your entire database. So you could basically get some more direct deals going. And those are basically the three most important things to do using the channel with texting, especially for database reactivation. Now we get into the second channel, which is email. Personally, not a huge fan of it, because like what we see with agents in the space, especially the ones that try to do it themselves, is that they're seeing issues with deliverability rates. So they have an amazing email setup and an amazing sequence, but then the deliverability rates basically, make them not show up. Email, however, is good if you do have that set up correctly. However, you need to stay consistent with it. Deliverability rates aren't always there. So the third one that we got are voicemail drops. Now, what are voicemail drops? Basically, it's a ringless voicemail. So let's say what happens is that the system that you're using, or the CRM, basically sends in or calls the person once, and then they actually dial them again. And on the second dial, the line is busy. So what happens is that it slips in, and that's basically called a voicemail drop, which can be pre-recorded. Now, basically, you can do this if you have a good team in place, or if you do this to a database that's a little bit smaller, because what's going to happen is that a lot of people are going to start calling you back, right? So if you're better over the phone, then this is a great way to basically nurture those people. And in the voicemail drop, just try to keep it simple and short as possible, because the deliverability is not always 100%. It's typically around 70%. You could say something like, hey, how are you? Just wanted to check in to see how you're doing. I know it's, for example, right after Christmas. Just give me a call when you have a chance. That's just one example. Now, the last one is calling. So what we see is basically calling is not really that scalable, especially for a lot of agents, because you're already wearing a lot of hats. So I wouldn't per se recommend it, especially if you're a single agent, unless you have the extra time on your hands, because with the other three that I mentioned, basically you could automate most of it and basically spend less time on it. So if you're doing calling, what I would recommend is to hire a VA, which is probably what we're going to talk about in another video, and basically go that route. But if you have the extra time, then calling is a great way. Now, I want to know which one of those 4 channels is your favorite down here in the comments below. And thank you again for watching. If you want to learn more on how my team could actually help you with these 4 channels, just book a call down below and we'll be glad to help you out on a call and see if we can actually be of help. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.